Hey guys, so I wanted to come on and do a pregnancy update vlog. I want to try and get better about doing these more often, at least, if not every week, every 2 weeks or so. So this is going to be a way catch up because the last one I did was 7, 8 weeks, maybe, long time ago. Did it die? Okay, sorry about that. McLean popped in. But I wanted to try and get better about these. I want to be able to look back and remember all of this stuff week by week. So this is going to be kind of a catch up to where I'm at now. I am currently 22 weeks and 2 days today. Today is Monday and my weeks turn over on Saturday. So I'm 22 weeks, 2 days, and it is going by so fast. So that right there is the alarm to remind me to take my blood thinner injection, so I will do that shortly. So that is another thing. I think I talked about this in my previous pregnancy vlogs, but if you haven't seen those or you're new here, I do have a clotting disorder that affects me during pregnancy. It's not something that affects me otherwise. I can't remember the name of it. I was diagnosed with it after we lost in our first pregnancy. When my first pregnancy was twins, I lost one at 9 weeks, and then we lost Ellie at 24 weeks. And so after she passed, they did pathology and ran blood tests and all of that and realized that I had this clotting disorder. So that's probably way too much, but that's kind of a backstory. I need to do a video on our whole journey and how we got here. But so I do have to take blood thinners every day. I take a shot in my stomach, which it's not fun, especially the bigger I get, the more painful it is because there's not as much flap and loose skin. But it's worth it because it is protecting our sweet baby girl, so I will gladly do it every day. And so currently I do the blood thinner injection. I take a baby aspirin every day for preeclampsia, which is what happened in my second pregnancy with the triplets. I developed severe preeclampsia, started really around 18 weeks, and by 19 weeks, 2 days, they had to induce because my body was shutting down and I was at seizure level and my kidneys were failing, and that's a whole nother story. I think there's a vlog on that I need to try and find, and I'll link it below. But so far, those were 4 and 5 years ago. Well, no, 5 and 6 years ago. I can't believe how long ago it's been. But everything has been going good so far with this pregnancy. I have been keeping track of my blood pressure. Of course, when I go to the doctor, it's always high. I just get so nervous and anxious going to the doctor, but it hasn't been crazy high, and I've been checking at home, and it has stayed in it is higher than it normally would be not pregnant, but it's still nowhere near risky or dangerous like it was. Because I think the highest, the day I got admitted into the hospital, it was 180 over 118, I think. I'm trying to remember back that far. It was crazy high. So nothing scary like that. We're still doing good. I'm not sure what the baby aspirin is supposed to do, but it's one of those things that it's supposed to help something. So that is something the specialist had me start doing. I do go to my regular doctor and I go to a specialist, and this is the longest break I've had between doctor's appointments. This one, I go Thursday of this week, and 19 weeks, 2 days was my last one. So 3 weeks from the time I went to the specialist for my anatomy scan to the time I go to my OB. And that's the longest I've been through this whole pregnancy without going to a doctor. So it feels so weird to me to not have gone somewhere like last week, because I'm going every week, every 2 weeks, it seems like, to see somebody, which has been nice. I'm not complaining. I like that. It just is an added comfort level. But so my first trimester was kind of rough. I had, after being so excited about getting pregnant and being pregnant, a lot of anxiety hit me. Just being honest and being vulnerable here, I kind of freaked out, and I'm like, what are we going to do? How are we going to have 3 kids? How are we going to afford this? How are we, our life is going to change. Everything changes when you go from 4 to 5, because I feel like everything in this world is designed for families of 4. So as much as I wanted a 3rd baby, and we talked about it and prayed about it, and it finally happened, I started freaking out. What am I actually going to do now with 3 kids? So And I know pregnancy hormones and everything kind of exasperate that and make it so much worse, but I had some really bad anxiety for a couple weeks, and that's why I kind of just like stopped making videos. You know, the pregnancy updates, it just was not, I don't know, I didn't have the excitement, and not feeling good on top of that did not help. I was pretty sick. I had pretty bad morning sickness. Of course, it only hit me at night. I got, you know, so sick at night. Whether I like tried to keep eating and I'd have snacks, if I didn't have snacks, then nothing would work, and I would be so sick most every night. So I was so glad when that got done. When I was about 14 weeks, I'd say 13, 14 weeks, is really kind of started slowing down. It went to like every couple days, and then finally kind of like quit. So I've been sick a couple times since then, but it's more of a fluke than anything else, and I'm not sick on a consistent basis, which, hallelujah, has been so nice. I've been feeling so good the second trimester. My excitement's back. My energy is coming back. I'm not, you know, at 8 o'clock at night, I'm not like exhausted and ready to go to bed. I've been feeling really good. Honestly, like sometimes it kind of freaks me out. It's like I don't feel pregnant. I'm not like so huge that I'm uncomfortable and can't do stuff. I don't fit into any of my clothes, but that's another story. So I've just been feeling really good. I've been sleeping good. I don't know. We have a different mattress now than when I was pregnant before. Because I remember by this point in my other pregnancies, I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep good. And I did order a pregnancy pillow. I got one of the big U-shaped ones. It should hopefully be here tomorrow, because my biggest thing is I wake up on my back. As much as I try to stay sleeping on my sides, I just keep waking up on my back. That's where I tend to be most comfortable. So I'm hoping if I have a pregnancy pillow, I got one of the like U-shaped ones off Amazon. I'll show y'all when it comes. But I'm hoping that I can like maneuver in that somehow to not sleep on my back, because I know it's not good and you're not supposed to sleep on your back. So then I get like, I hope everything's okay. I hope if I mess something up by waking up on my back. I don't know how long I've been on my back, but I don't need anything extra putting stress on this pregnancy. So I have that coming tomorrow. I'm trying to think. I mean, everything has been going pretty smoothly. I have had my anatomy scan. I had it at 19 weeks and 2 days. I know with my, like, this is the first time I've ever made it to an anatomy scan. With my first pregnancy, the doctor's office, I feel like do them really late. It was 28 weeks is when they when they average doing your anatomy scan. So I did not make it to that point. And then with the triplet pregnancy, I did not make it to the anatomy scan either. So this is my first time having one. So I don't know if this was early or if that's about like when everyone has it. But I was 19 weeks and 2 days, and we went, everything with baby looked good. You know, they check all of the body parts and kidneys and brain and all of that. So everything looked good. She was measuring small, so I'm hoping when I go this week I can kind of get a better explanation from my doctor, because it's one of those things, they tell you all of this real quick and then they're like, okay, we'll see you back this time, and by the time you've processed what they've said and thought about it, it's too late, and your questions, you know, you're out of the office to ask the questions. So I was 19 weeks and 2 days, and she was measuring 18 weeks, 0 days. So they took kind of the measurement from like the femur and the arm and the nasal bone, the head circumference. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. There were a couple measurements, and they averaged them together, and that's how they come up with the day. So some of them were like 17 weeks something days, and some of them were like almost 19 weeks. So it was kind of a range. So I don't know if that's, you know, just kind of normal. It was just over a week behind. If it's something we should be concerned about, because we don't know if it has to do with the clotting disorder or if it is just she's measuring small. So hopefully this week I can get a better explanation about that and find out what exactly that means, what's going on with it. But yes, so that was the only real concern. They did say she had a spot on one of the chambers of her heart, which if, because they did the blood work for the Down syndrome, the other genetic disorders, and so they said I didn't have any, I feel like I'm saying a lot, didn't have any of the red flags or positive numbers, however it is that they like grade that or check that. Nothing on there, you know, led to me having a higher risk for any of those things. So they said the spot in the heart is not something they're concerned about. It's not something they'd check again. If I had tested in whatever range for any of those genetic conditions, then it's something they would look at more. But, so I don't know. They said it was not something they were concerned about. So yeah, that was the only thing really that we're looking at from the anatomy scan is just her size. So I'm praying that she grows, and when we go back, she is back on track. They wanted me to come back at 24 weeks, like exactly. They would not even do it. We're going out of town. Of course, we'll be out of town when I'm 24 weeks, so I had to push it back another week for my appointment. But they would not even do 23 weeks, 6 days, because I tried to get an appointment for that Friday. They're like, no, what we need to do, you have to be 24 weeks. So I'm not sure what it is that they are wanting to do. I don't know if anyone has experience with that. Please let me know if you have any ideas even, because I am so clueless. It was so strange that I have to be exactly 24 weeks, because I would have thought if they were just trying to do a measurement, make sure she's growing, that they could just, you know, track from where she was to where she is, and I don't have to be exactly 24 weeks. So I don't know what all that means. I'm trying not to stress or get anxious about it. It is what it is. They were able, you know, they were fine putting me 5 weeks out from my anatomy scan. So I feel like they must not be super concerned because they are going so long from one appointment to the next. As far as other symptoms and cravings, I have been getting a couple cravings, and usually it's just I think about something, I see something, and I want it. Once I have it, I'm satisfied with it. I haven't really had anything that I have consistent cravings for. My cravings for sweets have started to come back. I have a natural sweet tooth for sure, and it kind of like went away. I didn't want sweets. I wasn't craving sweets, and usually like if they were in front of me, I was fine to say no. It just did not sound good to me. And now the last couple weeks slowly have been getting back into wanting sweets, and which is not good. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to eat healthy so that I, you know, have a healthy pregnancy. I don't have risk of gestational diabetes, because I do remember back when I was doing fertility treatments, I tested positive. I have a higher risk. I was pre-diabetic. However they categorize that. Again, it's been a long time. I don't remember the specifics, but I do know that I was pre-diabetic and I had to take metformin. So I don't know if that really puts me at higher risk for gestational diabetes, but I want to make sure that I like have a healthy, balanced diet, and lately I've been craving some sweets. So I'm trying to get that under control. I'm trying to think if there's any other symptoms really. I've really honestly just been feeling good these last couple weeks. I've gotten over the like boob soreness, no stretch marks. I have gained, I don't want to tell you my exact weight, but I have gained 11 pounds. I've gained 11 pounds from the time I got pregnant. And I didn't have a beginning measurement, but when I measure now, I'm about 39.5 inches around in my stomach, like right underneath my belly button is like 39 to 39.5 inches. Because I keep checking that to make sure that it is getting bigger. I have been feeling movement, and I feel, which is another thing I'm going to ask them about at my appointment, because I will go and I will have a day, like yesterday, I felt her move a ton. She was just constantly going all through the day. I was feeling, you know, like rolling, nudges, and then today it has just slowed down. And I mean, I felt her, so I'm not like as concerned that I'm not feeling her at all, but it's slowed down, and it's only like a handful of times as opposed to all day long. So I don't know if at this phase it's still normal to have that back and forth or what, but yet again I'm trying not to panic and worry, and I'm just relaxing, and I'm going to wait since I already have an appointment this week, and I am still feeling her, so I'm not concerned about that. I'm just going to ask them when I get there. For me, and everyone's different, but for me, with my past and the history I have, it's just better if I don't dwell on things and don't think about it. Maybe, you know, it ends up something that I should have asked my doctor about or done something about, but it is what it is. So I just am kind of relaxing, and I know that she's in there and that God is in control, and I'm just leaving it up to Him. So I will ask them about it on Thursday, but I'm not stressing about it before then. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We have kind of decided on a name. I want to say since about, can't remember if we had the name picked out when we went for our anatomy scan or not, but it's been a couple weeks now that we've had this name. We've been throwing it around. We've told the kids we call her by this name. I'm not ready to say it because I'm not 100% sure. Not even all of our family knows this possible name, but I think we have a name, so we will see if it sticks or not. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for now. I'm going to show you guys a belly. And I'm wearing a dress, so I can't show you actual stomach, but here, let me try to, this is not the best thing to show you. So I've got a nice little rounded belly. None of my clothes fit, so I'm in mostly just maternity and loose dresses. But it's a nice little bump. And like I said, measuring from around my stomach is 39 inches, which I know some of that is these little back glove handles, but she is definitely growing and getting bigger, I can tell. So I am just enjoying this day by day, every day that I get with her. And we are almost to the 24-week mark, which I know has been my biggest countdown. And just, I think I'll feel so much better once we get to that point. And it's only like a week and a half away, which is crazy. I can't believe that we are this far. It's going so fast, but everything is going good so far. And so I'm just thanking God and all my blessings that we are. The kids are getting very excited. I'm starting to think about nursery ideas, which I need to do another video on how we're going to do that because we do live in a 3-bedroom house and this will be baby number 3. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in the questions below and in the comments, and I will be happy to answer them. Do a video if there's anything specific you think I should do a video on. I would love some ideas. But that is it for now, so I will see you hopefully next week. We'll see if I can get to it, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.